Hi everyone, welcome to the video. I'm Amy and I post new videos every week. Today's video is going to be another makeup rotation, shop my stash, monthly makeup basket. This one is for March. I know that it's going to go up a little bit later because my favorites is going to be a little bit late. I've got too many videos to post, but know that I am doing this on the last day of February, or the day before, like the 27th, I think. So it will be all of March, even though you are seeing it probably a week or 10 days or something like that, a little bit late. Anyways, so this is going to be my second makeup rotation, and this is where I kind of, sorry, my cat, I have a huge collection, right? So oftentimes things get forgotten or unused because they aren't the newest, or like my most favorite, or my most like everyday kind of thing, because those are the things that I pull out, open the drawers to reach for, right? Something that I absolutely love, something that is really everyday, or something that is brand new. Those are the things that I normally reach for. So I'm doing these monthly makeup baskets as a way to get more use more evenly through my collection. So I've got this acrylic container. I select some makeup, put it in there, and keep it on top of my desk here so that whenever I go to do my makeup, whether it be like a creative look or something for Instagram or just for every day, that I'm reaching here first before going into my drawers. So I don't like rules, so that's why I say before going into my drawers. I mostly use what is specifically in here, and then maybe new things that come into my collection. I'm gonna stop blabbing because this is gonna be a long video, so if this sounds like something you're into, go ahead and like this video so I know you like it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Since this is my first, like my second one, but my first one having had done a previous one, I want to kind of talk about the items that I had in the last months. And I know this is going to make it longer. I think in the future I might try to do like a makeup look, like a get ready with me using the makeup items from my basket, so we can talk about it like at the end of the month. Let me know what you think about that idea. But for now, I need to talk about these items because otherwise I'm going to just put them away and we'll never have talked about them. So I pulled out my Salt New York palette that has my blushes, my contours, my highlights, because I knew I was getting this Salt New York Sneaky Balm and I wanted to be able to use them all together. So now they live happily together in here. Absolutely loved using this. This is a favorite item. If there's anything that draws your attention from Salt New York, I really think you'll like it. It's a very easy to use, no fuss, great quality products. I really love Salt New York and their palettes. Like, name a better magnetic palette. Name one better magnetic palette, because you can't. I also did a 3-day wear test on the Sneaky Balm. If you missed it, I will link it here. I also pulled out the Elizabeth Arden foundation. This is the Flawless Finish Skin Caring Foundation. I have the shade 110 in. I absolutely love this. When I put this on, I knew that I loved it, but I just immediately was like, yes, it's confirmed. I do love this. I love this foundation. I love the color. I love the finish. I love how it looks on the skin. It's so beautiful. So happy to have this in my collection. So happy that my feelings about it have stayed the same. And it's been over a year now. Let's see. I also pulled out the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Foundation. I had been using and loving the skin tint, whatever they call it, the skin tint version for like the past few months. I'm so sorry if you can hear my cat in the background just going wild. So sorry. But I hadn't used the foundation in a while and I absolutely love it. It is very, it's so pretty on the skin and it's so affordable and it lasts really well for me. I've used quite a bit of it. I'm probably almost halfway done. You just can't see in here because I don't know why. Science. Another foundation I pulled out was the NARS Sheer Glow, which again is another one of my favorites. I pulled out some of my favorites because I hadn't used them in a really long time. Still love this one. And what I did this time is I actually mixed it with the Say Beauty Glowy Super Gel, and that thinned it out and gave it more of like a skin tint feel, because this one is a little bit more coverage than a lot of what I use, and it worked really well. So if you have these products, try that out. But yeah, again, love it, still love it. So glad it's in my collection. I don't know about this. I feel like it's so hard with these kind of things because Auric Glow Lust is always going to be at the top. They're always going to be competing with the champion. You know what I mean? Like foundations, there's so much variance and whatever that I have different preferences when I'm doing foundation, right? Like some days I want lighter coverage. Some days I want more. Some days I want it to be a little bit more matte. Some days I want it really glowy. Whereas when it comes to a liquid highlight, priming, hydrating thing, Auric Glow Lust is the thing that I want. All right. So this has to compete against that. This is a little bit more, let's say thin and watery. And it has a scent, and I don't know if it's a fragrance or not, but I feel like it has to be a fragrance because it's kind of like that powdery perfume kind of smell, like a flower, some sort of flower, unless there's flower in it. It is really beautiful. It's not fully blended in here. I'll fully blend. So it does leave a really beautiful, like hydrated appearance on the face, but it's just not as thick and skincare-y as the Auric Glow Lust. So comparing it to Auric Glow Lust, it loses, but it is otherwise very pretty. So if maybe you can get Say in your country, but you can't get Glow Lust, I do think it is very pretty. Or if this is more affordable, I don't know. I think they might sell minis of it, which would obviously be more affordable. Very pretty. I like it. Don't love it. There's my 2 cents. Okay, so if you remember, I had 6 concealers that I hoped to use 3 times each. And 2 of them I used twice. That was the Jouer concealer and the Pat McGrath concealer. If that lets you know a little bit of my thoughts. One of them I used 3 times, and that was the Dose of Concealer, Dose of Colors, Meet Your Hue one, okay? And then these 3 are the only ones that I ended up using the full 5 times, so that gives you an idea of which ones I wanted to use and wanted to reach for. So I'm not going to show you those ones. I'm going to keep those other 3 in the rotation because I have to use them the 5 times. I have to fully form my opinions on them before I move on. So I'm only going to be pulling 3 concealers for this round, right?
3 times 5 is 15 plus 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
That will be 23 uses of concealer. Maybe I'll only pull out 2. Yeah, I think I'll only pull out 2 concealers this time. Remind me that later when I'm pulling things out. So the 3 that I used all 5 times were the Neutrogena Radiant Cream Healthy Concealer, the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Concealer, and the First Aid Beauty Hello Fab Bendy Avocado Concealer. Now, these are a very similar formula, actually. They're thin and hydrating, probably about a medium coverage for each of them, but they all have a different tone to them. This one's a little bit more neutral, this one's a little bit more pink, and this one is a little bit more fair. So that is really what I based it on, is like what color is the foundation I'm using today and which one of these. But I don't, like, obviously this is the most brightening one. That's the one I got on today, but it's not that brightening, you know, because it is a lighter medium coverage. It doesn't like fully stand out. But these 2 are really good for days that I don't wear anything and I just kind of want to spot conceal or whatever, because they match like the pinky and redness of my face, so they don't stand out too much, whereas this would stand out a lot, if that makes sense. So I do really like all 3 of these. I wouldn't say, like, when I think of my very, 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 very favorite concealers, I don't think any of these would be there, but these are really great everyday concealers that I would recommend. Like, I like them a lot. The Laneige Glowy Makeup Serum, this little mini that I ended up pulling out, I only used it 1 time, and I used it on only half of my face, and I didn't see a difference at all in how the makeup wore, the makeup looked. anything like that. The only thing was it felt really nice. So if you just want a little bit of hydration right before you put your makeup on, like sure, but I didn't really see any pros to using it. So I will probably end up getting rid of this. But it's really cute. Alright, and then I used my Pure Mist Haze Mist. This stuff, look at this mist. I'm scared. I don't want to. Can you see? Can you even see that? I'm making my entire lap, my hair, and everything wet. Shake well before use. Close eyes. Hold. Yeah. This just feels like a drink of skin. Drink of water for your skin. Okay. It's very hydrating. And it's very, very lightweight, and you can see that the mist is very misty, like it's very small particles, so it easily soaks into my skin. It feels really good, especially when my skin is like really thirsty, and it doesn't feel sticky. It is not like a long-lasting setting spray, okay? It's not one to shellac your face and go about the day and make it last forever. This is for if you have dry, thirsty skin. It's very delicious to like just put directly on your skin before your foundation, in between layers, or if you wanted to let your concealer sit for a little while to give it more coverage, but then you went and did something else and you forgot about it and you need to rehydrate it. It's that kind of a thing. I really like it. I am about to here on it. I don't know if I'll make it all the way through because I never use these things, but I do really like this one if you were looking for something in that realm. I had two powders. I had the Sephora powder and my Charlotte Tilbury powder. Look at that. There's like nothing in there. I am so close. So I'll definitely be keeping this in, but I'm very, very, very excited for the progress I made on that. For this one, I only used this about 3 times, and I used it kind of just to set my face. As you can see, it's a little dark for like under eyes, but I do still really love this powder. It's very nice and lightweight and smooth, and it doesn't give me like coverage. Maybe a little bit of coverage, but it just kind of sets, I don't know, it makes, if you are someone like me who likes to wear dewy, glowy foundations, but you want to wear one that needs to be set down, this is a really nice powder. I don't know, I'm trying to show you in my hand. It's really nice. I do like it. There's that. Bronzer, Fenty Beauty in the Sun. This was so frustrating to use, guys. I like it. I think it's a really nice formula. It's very thin, but it's so fair. It's so fair. When I use this one, I have to, let me find the brush. I have to use something small and dense, which if you know me, this is my preferred method of putting bronzer on because I want to bronze out my whole face because I am pale. I like contour or contoury colored bronzers, but I like to do a lot, right? This one, this is what I'm wearing today, and like I don't look bronzed at all. I look like I have a little bit of blush on, but I have to use this and I have to like dig in to get anything to come to my face. And then when I go to blend afterwards, because I place with this one and then I use my bigger one to blend, and it kind of just blends away to nothing. I mean, if you are super fair, In the Sun might be the answer to your prayers, right? But for me, it's just like a little bit frustrating every time I use it because it's just not enough, you know? And then I have these two blushes. I have the NYX Sweet Cheeks Matte in Fig. Love it. This is what I'm wearing today, but I'm wearing it very, very lightly. Like, look how dark this is, and look at the color on my cheeks. I mean, this is a very versatile blush. I do really like the formula of these. These are very thin formula that, like, can blend here. I got that colorful swatch, right? You've got this, but look at how it blends. It's just, it's gorgeous. I love these. I would definitely get more colors if I allowed myself to do that, but I'm not going to allow myself to do that. And then I have the ColourPop Cheek Dew Serum Blush in Hotline. I love this color, but this is so sheer, you guys. I tried using this several times, and every single time, even if I layered it up, it just doesn't have any pigment to it, and I would have to go over it with another blush. So like, here is the color. This is like right up my alley. Like this is the kind of color I want. But then you blend it out and it's nothing. Like nothing at all. I don't see this lasting in my collection. So there's my 2 cents on that. All right, and then I have the Merit highlighter and the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Glow Stick highlighter, which if you watched my, what was that video? Oh, my Euphoria video that I posted a week ago or something like that. I used each one of these, like one on each side, so you can see it in action there. But I do think these are a very similar formula. The colors are a little bit different. Let me pop this off, I'll show you. So this one is a little bit more rosy and this one is a little bit more yellow, I think. But they are a very similar stick formula, which in itself is unique. Like you don't see this very often, especially having one at the drugstore. No, I lied to you. It's the other way around. The e.l.f. one is definitely more pink. Unless it's because I put it on top of the blush. I don't know. Anyways, they're very similar. The e.l.f. one does have a lot of fragrance and the Merit one does not have any fragrance. So take that with that which you will. But I do think these are very similar and I love both of them. I love the formula. It's beautiful. Eyeshadows. I pulled out the Juvia's Place the Deuce palette. I used it one time. That's all I'm going to say about that. I pulled out the ABH Sultry palette, which I got at TJ Maxx. I am very happy that I finally got my hands on this because it was one of those, you know, things out there that were on the internet that everybody raved about for so long that I needed to try it for myself. And I'm glad because it's beautiful, but I definitely feel like I don't need it, especially now that I have the Nabla Side by Side palette, which I also pulled out this month and a half for this last monthly makeup basket because I really wanted to see them and compare them. And I do think a lot of the shades that I wanted in here are in here, if that makes sense. There are definitely shades that don't, like, they're not exact dupes, but the shades that I was most excited for in here, I can find in here, if that makes sense. So I will have swatches on my Instagram, so go over there because I did swatch the similar shades next to each other so you can see that if you're interested in that. And then I picked out the BH Cosmetics Sweet Shop Cotton Candy palette. I love this palette so very much. These 2 shades specifically are just, they're everything I ever wished for. I did a look with this one this time around and I absolutely loved it. Like I never do anything too, you know, outside of the box for me when I create out of this palette, even though it is an outside of the box kind of palette. But one and done's kind of situations, like these are perfect for that because they are so vibrant and such unique colors that really stand out specifically from my skin tone. And I love it. Love. So happy with that. All right. And then I also pulled out these 2 shades. This is the M Cosmetics Moonrise and the Ulta Beauty Bouncy Shadow in Maple Pecan. Maple Pecan is no longer available. They've switched up their colors and stuff, so I need to try another one. But if you do have Maple Pecan, you do not need Moonrise because they are very, 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 very similar. Very, very, very similar. If you want to see the swatches, I have it on my Instagram, or if you look at my last monthly makeup basket, I'll try to link it here if I remember that. But I threw the swatch in there as well. The Pat McGrath Intensifies Artistry Wand. I do think that this works. I just have a lot of trouble with it because I feel like it does take off what's underneath, whereas the NYX Glitter Primer, which works just the same, you can pat it on and it doesn't really fully disrupt what's underneath, whereas this you have to wipe. So it does disrupt what's underneath, so I do have that problem. But I did get to use it a few times, so I'm glad about that because I spent a lot of money on it. I think I will keep it just like out on my top here so that I can reach for it more, just to kind of use it up and get my money's worth out of it, and not necessarily because I want to or need to. I would say get the NYX glitter glue. Eyebrows. Okay, I pulled out this warm tone one. I have not the conditioner, the color depositing conditioner. I haven't done that in a while. My hair looks really warm on camera, but it's quite faded. It looks way warmer on camera. Like, it looks more yellow than orange in person. So I haven't gotten to use the warm one. Because of my roots, you know, I've been using just my e.l.f. neutral brown. That's what I have in my brows right now. Like, you know, I don't think I could go warmer than that. So I haven't used this. So I'm going to put that away. I don't think I will need it unless I get, you know, do something with my hair. Okay, and then I've got the Undone Beauty. It's a pen and a gel, but I used it more for the gel. And that's what I have in my brows today as well. I haven't really used the pen very much. Pen brows, I think they look beautiful, but they just take so long. They take so long. I don't know how people just do that all the time. I don't have that much. I don't care that much about my brows. But I do like the brow gel here. I do have the shade Blonde, which with the neutral brown is a little bit fair, but I think it looks fine. I pulled out the NARS Climax Extreme Mini and the Merit Mascara. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the NARS one because I do like the way it looks, but it is definitely one that has to be paired with another because so much comes off on this. You need like a second bristle to brush it through, if that makes sense. And also because of how short these little minis are and how huge this thing is, it's very hard to not get it all over. So I am gonna get rid of that. The Merit one, I like the way it looks, but I have fully realized now I do not like, what do they call them? Tubing mascaras. No, people sell tubing mascaras as so easy to take off. No, they're way harder to take off unless you take off your makeup in the shower. If you get into the shower to take off your makeup, I can see it being easier, but I do not do that. I take off my makeup at the sink with my oils and my creams and stuff, and that will not take this off. I could clean this makeup look off my face and still have mascara on, because until you put water on these, it will not come off. So it is not easier to use. It looks nice. I will probably continue to use it because I just, you know, have it and I don't want to, waste it. But that's how I feel about it. So I just needed to make that known. The Elizabeth Arden Mulberry. Absolutely love this one. Lots of compliments when I wear it. I absolutely love it. That's the end of that story. Okay. The Rimmel Stay Satin Lip in the shade Rad. It's like this really juicy, like pomegranate kind of color. Really beautiful. It'll be a little bit better once it's into like spring and stuff, but I am glad that I pulled it out and used it. These Kaja lip glosses. I am wearing one today. It's dried down a bit since I've been talking. I do like the way these feel and the way they look, but they do have that problem where if I lay it on the side, it does ooze out. So if you store your makeup on the side, I don't think you would like these. But otherwise, I like it. My favorite lip liner, the Almar Cosmetics Birthday Suit. Obviously, I loved that. The Milani one. This one is a little bit more pink. This is the shade 03 Nude. So this is good for a pink lip. I did not end up using the Urban Decay brow pencil at all because my e.l.f. one did not finish. My M Cosmetics lip balm. I love this lip balm. Yeah, I'm going to put it right on top. It's beautiful, and I also found myself using it like just lip liner and this. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. They are a little bit expensive, but you know, they are a very small brand and they're high-end indie, if that makes sense. I have these two e.l.f. shadow sticks from the Electric Mood collection. And I thought I would really love the more pale one, which is called Spotlight more. And the darker one is called Bambolina. But look at that dark one. It's like a rosy taupe. That is I love that. Okay. This one is a little bit more gold. And it's not great for my inner corner. So I didn't find myself wanting to reach for that one as much. I did use them both a couple of times. But this rosy taupe, it's beautiful, and I love it paired with other things as well, like using this to like shade the lash line and such. It's a beautiful color. I do love the shadow sticks just in general, so if there's another color that you'd like, I would approve. One more thing. I think I mentioned the Shiseido foundation that I was doing a 3-day wear test on that. I'm still working on that because I got the Salt New York one and I wanted to do that one first. And then I actually just got this NARS foundation, so I want to put that in this coming rotation. So the wear test for this will be soon. I only have to wear it one more time and then do the video. But this is coming soon, but you might see the NARS one first. Let me know which one you want to see first. NARS Light Reflecting Foundation or Shiseido Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Skin Tint. Which 3-day foundation wear test do you want first? Let me know in the comments below. But now I'm going to move my camera and we are going to go over to the makeup drawers and open them up and pick out some stuff for March. I know this was a very long intro. It's too late now, but I'm going to have timestamps so that you can skip around, and this is why I want to do them a little bit separately next time because I just think that's too much for one video. Let me know your thoughts on that below, but yes, let me get this camera set up over here and get to that. Okay. What do I need? I only need 2 concealers. So I know that I have 3 concealers already that I don't love, okay? So I want to make sure that I'm picking concealers that I know how I feel or like have a better idea of how I feel and that I like. So I'm going to pull out the Oma Beauty one. So I'm going to grab the Oma Beauty one, and I think I'm going to grab the Tarte Creamy. That'll be my 2. Okay. For foundations, I need to wear this one more time, the Shiseido one, and then I'm going to do a 3-day wear test on the NARS one. So I have those. Okay, and then someone asked me to use old favorites in a video. So I think I want to like label or like try to pull old favorites, if that makes sense. So I'm going to grab my Flower Beauty foundation, and actually I'm going to put back the Tarte concealers and pull. This is not Flower Beauty. This is Physicians Formula. I'm so sorry. The Physicians Formula Brightening Complex, whatever, the Healthy Skin foundation. Love. And then I'm going to grab the Flower Beauty concealer to go along with it. Love these. Ooh. Okay. I want to grab the Makeup Forever stick foundation, the HD stick foundation. I love this, and it is a fair color, so I want to use it while I'm fair. And then I want to do another affordable. I'm going to do the Believe Beauty. I haven't worn this one in a really long time. That seems like enough foundations. For primers and sprays, you know what? I want to pull out both of these sprays because it looks like I've used a lot of them, but I don't really know the difference in them. So I want to try them out side by side and get to know the full difference. I mean, one of them is supposed to be glowy, and I can see it has like a shimmer or something running through it. So I'm going to grab both of these. I'm going to grab... Oh, this is so hard. Okay, I'm going to grab these 2 Super Bougie Minis. I have the YSL Touche Éclat Blur Primer and then the Dior Backstage Primer, and we're going to test those out. Those will be my primers. Okay, I know I want to pull out my Patrick Ta blush. This is super new to my collection. I've only used it I've probably used it a lot for it being new, but I want to pull it out and I want to use it. So that one's a really like sun-kissed kind of color. You know what I haven't used in a super long time? Actually, you know what? I have to think of old favorites, old. Yeah, most of my blush collection is new. Like, there's only like 2 things that I had before I started my channel. I was not into blush, guys. Now I am. Oh, I'm gonna pull out the Magic Hour by Tower 28. This is like my favorite blush. I absolutely love this blush. I miss this blush. I haven't used it in so long. So now we've got like a really pale neutral one, a sun-kissed one. Let's see. You know what? Maybe I want to pull out one of these sticks. I feel like I don't reach for these ones enough. Which side opens? Let me know. Okay, so we've got lychee and pale petal. You know what? I'm going to go with pale petal because it's a little bit more pink and it'll be a little bit more different than what else I've got. So I'm going to go with this one, pale petal. Bronzing. Old favorite has got to be City Bronzer. Pulling that guy out. And then I also want to pull out the Danessa Myricks Contour Balm. I love this and it's been a while since I used it. So pulling that out. Highlights. I actually want to pull out Nabla Ozone. This is really pretty new to my collection and I don't feel like I have gotten to give it its fair use. And let's go with the classic Essence Pure Nude, the OG, the original favorite. You know what? I'm going to pull out this glowish one. I was using it a lot in December, and then I haven't really used it since then because I want to use up my little baby mini Charlotte Tilbury one, which I am going to keep in, but that one is, I'm going to finish that one soon, so I'm going to pull this one out. You know what? I want to pull out these. I'm going to pull out all 3 of these, which are the 3 Revlon ones that I kept. I kept Kiss Me Coral, Bare Affair, and Sassy Mauve, and I feel like those will get me through like any look that I want. So I'm going to pull out those 3. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to pull out this mini of Buxom Celeste. Yeah. What I want to do is pull out all of my single shadows this time. So my brand new Cleona ones that I just got, I want to pull those out. I've got these from Sydney Grace. I've got these from Makeup Geek, right? Makeup Geek. I've got these from Makeup Forever. And then I actually, hold on. This is just an empty Z palette, so I'm going to pull that out. And then this is the Natasha Denona Gold palette, which I have decluttered from my collection. I've been holding on to it, hoping that someone I know will want it, but nobody has wanted it yet. I mean, it probably won't fare well in shipment, honestly, if I tried to ship it somewhere, because it is in such bad condition anyway. But these can pop out, so I kind of want to pop out this one, and this one. Maybe a couple of the mattes, but this as a whole palette, like specifically like this, I don't like this color, this I don't like this color I don't like at all. You know, there's a lot that I don't like about it, and especially based on how expensive it was. Like, it was not worth the money for me. But if I can take out some of the shades and utilize them in my magnetic palettes more as singles, I would love to do that. So I'm going to pull this out just to pull some of those shades out, and I'll do a whole video where I'm doing that so that you can see the swatches and see me do that. Let's see. So those are all the singles from like the high-end category, and I have these, which are oh, never mind, it's empty. Oh my gosh. I've got these ones, which are some color pop. There are some like this is an indie shadow right here, and some of these smaller ones, and this one are, I think it's a Too Faced palette that I depotted them out of, but they go in here because look at the colors. It's like a cool tone Space Dream. So those, and then these, which are the rest of my ColourPop palettes, which is a more warm green blue situation, another indie shadow, and then these smaller ones are from the Kathleen Lights Dream Street collection, collaboration, whatever, from ColourPop. So I've got that one. I do want to go over here though and pull out my, how many do I want? I just want to pull out Blue Morpho from Bodyography, because one, I don't have fake nails, so I'll be able to reach into this, which is really exciting because it's been a while, but also because there's a Cleona shade that I think would go with this really well. So I want to pull this out to do that. All right, now I'm going to go into this drawer here, and this is a really new mascara to me, and I only really used it the day that I used it, the day that I tried it in that Glossier whatever the heck video it was. At this point I'm like, my brain is so fried. So I want to pull this out. A lot of people say it's like their favorite for their lower lashes, but I rarely, that's the word I'm looking for, I rarely do my lower lashes, so I don't know, we'll see. And then this is another brand new one, so I want to try that out, so I'm going to pull out these two. I'm going to pull out this Merit Lip Oil because it's in Bel Air, so it's like their clear shade, and I'll be putting my other one away, so my other nourishing lip products away, so I'm going to pull this bad boy out. All right, for brows, I am going to keep the brow pencil in because I'm almost done with it, the e.l.f. brow pencil. So I'm going to keep that in, but I need a new gel. I want to trade out the gel. Let's see. You know what? Let's go ahead and pull out the ColourPop one and the Glossier Boy Brow and see if they truly are dupes, in my opinion, even though they clearly look like they were trying to dupe each other. So I'm going to pull these out, see what that is like. And those are both clear, and I want to see if they're dupes. So oh God, I hate that I'm doing this, but I also want to pull out this e.l.f. one because it is brand new to my collection, the Wow Brow. And, whoa. And that's like a tinted one. So I could probably use this if I didn't use pencil, I'm hoping. So we'll see. And that's a lot of brow stuff. So that's all I need. Liners to go with what I've got there. Let's see. I've got like a fiery red. I feel like this lip liner looks right. So this is Exaggerate Rimmel London, Call Me Crazy. And then I have like a mauve toned one. And you know what? You know what? Where is it at? This one. I think ColourPop Oh Snap might be a good one for that. And then I have a nude. What about ColourPop BFF? Let's try those. Bang, bang, boom. I got a purpley one, a nudie one, and a red one. That's plenty. Since I'm working with like indie shadows and stuff and single shadows, I want to pull out these. So a black one, a white one, and I'm also going to pull out the e.l.f. Mint Melt one. I think this will be really fun to play with some of those duochrome, multi-chrome shadows. That could be super fun. So I'm going to grab all three of these. So eyebrow pencil. I lost the lid today. Oh. So this is going to be, let me do this so it's not reflective. Oh. So this is going to be my monthly makeup basket for March. And we're going to play with all of my singles, which is very exciting. Ooh, I'm really excited about this. Yeah. I'm I'm already like seeing looks that I can create. And then I also do have 3 empty palettes, magnetic palettes here. So I might do like a video about organizing my singles and like putting a couple of these ones into singles and stuff like that. And then maybe a video or a couple videos or ongoing videos where I like take something smaller like this and make my own palette out of it. I'm really excited about what I've got going on here. So I cannot wait to get into these. Like literally tomorrow I will be using this. So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was very long. Hopefully next month will not be this long. Again, since this is a new series, please be sure to let me know down below if there are things that you want to see or that you don't want to see, or you know what you like or don't like about it. Let me know. It can always be improved. I'm here for the improvement. Constructive criticism only, please. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me out so much. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.